Hi, I'm Ashley. This is Sleeping Books, and today I'm going to be talking about the wonderful, the amazing, the Inheritance Trilogy by N.K. Jemisin. So I don't really know how to segue this, but I'm just going to get right into the vlogs where I talk about how I feel about the book, so... Hello, folks. So, I just woke up. I hope you love how I look in the morning. Last night I finished about 25% of 1,000 Kingdoms, and I'm not gonna say any spoilers, but I just finished at the library scene and then I decided to go to sleep. My thoughts, I have like a lot of theories after that scene, and honestly I feel like it's probably gonna go in that direction. Honestly, the only character that I care about right now is Seth, and like, I know he's not actually a child, but I just want to hold him and be like, it's okay. And I feel like his actions explain a lot more to me now after that library scene. If you understand what I mean, if you've read the book, you get it. Also, the Night Lord. I don't know if I feel any like connection to him yet. He's just, I don't know, like he's only had a few scenes. I think I need to like lower my expectations with him maybe. What has he done? What has he said? Nothing. I don't know. I don't know if I like him yet. Like I said, I haven't read much. It's been mostly informal information so far. Although the one thing that's been bothering me this whole time is, why has the main character's mother not prepared her for this? Why did she not prepare her daughter for like the possibility that she would be called upon to rule the 10,000 kingdoms? Like, I know it's not technically the leadership position, but it is. Why would she not even tell her about like the tattoos they have to get on their forehead? Or like what her scar on her forehead meant, or like, I just don't understand that part. Like, maybe that will be explained. I'm hoping so. It's my first N.K. Jemisin book, so like, who knows where it's gonna go. I'm gonna have faith that it gets explained, but like, why is it so different? Like, the mother that lived in this tower versus the mother that raised her is completely different, and why would she not teach her daughter all the things she was gonna have to know if she ever had to come and be an heir? Because like, how, I just want to know. It's bothering me so much. Also, don't mind my hand, it's just spray paint everywhere. I'm an art student. Could you tell? So I'm on page 251, and that's like just a little bit halfway through the book, like 60%. My thoughts aren't that much different. Again, I don't know why the main character's mother didn't try to prepare her daughter at all. I'm not gonna go into spoilers, but like, she was still her daughter, and like, I don't know, like obviously something was gonna happen with all this scheming going on, you know? Like, I don't know if Seth's name is Seth. Is it Scythe? I don't know, I'm just gonna say his name is Seth. But they said they named him that because it sounds like the wind, so like, I'm gonna say Scythe. I feel like it's probably Scythe or Seath. I don't know. I have no idea. He's still like my favorite character. The Night Lord, I still don't know how I feel about the Night Lord, honestly. He just like, he has like no substance. Like, he just kind of stands there, says ominous things, is weird. Like, I feel like I was expecting more. I don't know, there's still quite a bit of the book to go, and it feels like we're starting to get more of him, like a little bit. Like, there was a bathroom scene, I don't know, but like, I really didn't care for it. The whole point of this book, that I picked it up because I heard it was like the Darkling and Alina, and like, I was one of those people that really shipped them, and I'm just not feeling him. Like, I don't know, he's not doing it for me. I'm sorry, but it's just not happening. I am enjoying the majority of the book. Like, I don't really care about all the stuff with Dar. Like, I could do without it. but it's fine. Like, I get it. Like, it's her homeland. Of course she's gonna care about it, but like, I don't care about it. Also, sorry if you can hear my birds in these clips. They really like to speak, so you'll probably hear them a lot. Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? You can come here, you're just gonna stare at me. Oh! Oh, here comes Luna. She's all jealous. Luna, are you jealous? Are you jealous? Are you jealous? Oh. Oh, yeah. Wow. So I realized I forgot to mention that I went to Disney. These next clips are of me and my family on the skyline. It's just like little aesthetic clips. Like, it's nothing like actually Disney related looking. So I hope you enjoy.
Villages inspired by the colorful architecture and lifestyle of the Caribbean islands.
Hopefully you can find it.
Welcome aboard the Disney Skyliner at Disney's Riviera Resort. If you're just joining us, we are on our way to Epcot.
Was getting really annoyed with the main character. I keep forgetting her name, I'm sorry. I kept getting like really annoyed with her, like mad, angry, annoyed. And N.K. Jemisin does this thing where she like has little bits where she like talks to you, like she talks to the reader. Can't tell if it's M.K. Jemisin, if it's like someone else, or if it's the main character. Like, sometimes it's like, it seems like it's different, but either way, you, the reader, are being talked to. These like little bits. I was getting very, very mad at the main character because she's always like, I'm a warrior, I'm strong, like, and then she'll grab like the hilt of her dagger and then like never use it. I'm just like, just stab your cousin, please. Just stab your cousin. And then she like she doesn't want to murder anybody. And like, I was getting real annoyed with it. I just wanted her to finish it. I wanted it to be over. Like, was it planned for me to be annoyed with the main character? Because M.K. Jemisin, 22, the first words are you still angry with me? The bit where she talks to the reader, and it's just like, is this intentional? Is it intentional? This woman is a genius. What the heck? So this is completely unrelated to the book, but I was trying to ask my professor a question. She sent me a link to her book that she wrote, and then I clicked on it because I was like just a little curious, and it was just a link to a French light bulb. I don't know if it was an accident. I just wanted to know about the homework. I don't. So I don't know if I exactly explained the concept of this book. Essentially, the main character, which I think her name is Yuri. I don't know, I keep forgetting it. And like, I feel like it begins with a Y. Yuri, I'm just gonna go with Yuri. Her mother was heir to the king, even though he's not technically the king. The sun god like placed his bloodline as king. It's very confusing. Anyway, I'm just gonna say the king wants like an heir again after his daughter like denounced her position to marry the main character's father. She just like got roped into having to be in a competition with her two other cousins to hopefully win the position and like survive, because if you don't get it, you like die if you don't become the next ruler of the place. There are three main gods: the sun god, the god of dawn and twilight, so like the god of in between basically, and then the god of night. Apparently, you find out like right away, it's not a spoiler, the sun god killed the, I should say, goddess of dawn and twilight and imprisoned the god of night. You get many interactions with the god of night, his children or their children, because goddess of twilight and dawn is like the only, like, was the only female god before she died. They had their kids, and even though, like, I was like concerned about the incest with the gods, but is it really incest? Because they were the only 3 beings in existence for forever. Like, nothing, like technically they were birthed from this thing called the maelstrom, but like it wasn't a parent, it wasn't blood, it was just like a creation. And like, are they actually related? Other than, like, I guess they are, but it doesn't feel like they are. Like, they say my sister, my brother, but it's like, are they? Am I just like thinking about it too much because I don't want it to be incest? To kill someone, I want to meet the sun god, because I'm about 75% away into the book and we still haven't met the sun god, and I just like want to know the reasoning. The Night Lord has said that he is just mad, like he turned mad, he turned crazy, and like just killed the sister, and like it seemed like some of their children, or a lot of their children, that like tried to protect her and protect the Night Lord. I just like want to know why. Like, what makes you kill someone you've loved and fought with and created with for eons and eons? Like, before anything else was in existence, it was just the 3 of them. And she was the one that created everything. God of Dawn and Twilight was the one who created everything. She created life, she created children, she created their children. And I just like, I want his perspective, or I want to meet him. I just want to know what's going on with that. And we are slowly answers from the mother. I still don't understand why she didn't prepare her daughter for the future. There's no way she didn't know her daughter was going to have to live the way that she is living. There's no way she couldn't have prepared for this. You're slowly getting the mother's life when she lived at court and some of her motivations, but you still don't know much. And I still just like want to know why she didn't ever prepare her daughter for the future that she knew her daughter was going to have. There's absolutely no way that she thought her daughter was just going to live out peacefully in the homeland that she moved to. Like, I just don't believe that. On an update on the Night Lord, I'm starting to feel him a little bit with I just read this scene where they traveled the cosmos, the galaxies. Was it so good that she rearranged some stars? Like, did she rearrange a constellation? And like, I don't know why that didn't get me as much as like, she was like, wow, the bed is split in half. I was like, whoop, whoop. So I'm on chapter 24, and some steamy stuff is happening, and I don't think I should be like all hot and bothered from this scene, but like, literally, she's essentially asking to die for the D. Like, she said, I will die for the D. I will die for the dick. She said it. She said, I will die for the dick, and like, no, I can't. Yuri asked if the Night Lord would kill her if she asked. She said, would you kill me if I asked? And he stroked her arm and said, yes, I would kill you if you asked. And like, why did that make me ship them? Why did that make me want them to be together? Am I okay? Obviously I'm not. Would you kill me if I asked? So I finished 100,000 Kingdoms by N.K. Jemisin, and it was so good. It was so, there are not any words for how much I loved the way that ended. The ending was just, it was everything I wanted it to be. I just started the 2nd book in the series, The Broken Kingdoms, that's the name of it, and like, I guess you should be careful what you wish for, because it's set 10 years after the ending of the 1st book, and it has to do with the sun god. I'm like, I don't care about it. Can I just go back? Can we just go back to the night god and Yuri, please? Like, I just wanted to follow the events after the 1st book so badly. Like, Also, I have like a lot of questions. This has only been 10 years and like so much has changed from the first book to the second book. It's the same place, just different. I'm sorry if you hear that scratching, that's my cat. Like, the first book was like 1600s London, and then like the second book it's like 2000s New York. Like, it's very different even though it's the same place. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but some stuff happened where yes, it does change. Everything is changing. But like, it changed just so much in 10 years. Like, can things change that much in 10 years? I don't know. I mean, I guess. Overall, yeah, I put 100,000 Kingdoms on my favorites of all time book on Goodreads. I will never get over the book. If you're like a big fan of A Court of Mist and Fury, I really think that you would enjoy 100,000 Kingdoms. And Jemisin is clearly superior in every way. You're missing that vibe that happens in A Court of Mist and Fury. It's something similar. Like, oh, I wish I read her books so much sooner. I just didn't know about her until recently. She has ruined me for everyone else. So we just saw Seth and Yuri for the first time in this new book, and it's so interesting seeing them in another person's perspective, because even though this book is definitely based or focused on the sun god, it's in the point of view of a mortal woman named Ori. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's Oree, so Ori. And it's just interesting. She didn't know exactly who they were. It's strange how the world changed and how much mortal people don't know about the gods. Like, obviously there are things that they just can't tell mortals because there's no way for a mortal to comprehend, but also how mortals just don't know anything about them. They think all of the godlings, all of the god's children, are only from the one god, and like, no, it's the three of them, but mortals don't know that. It's very interesting and complicated. It's also kind of like word of mouth thing, you know, like whatever the priest tells you is what has to be true, I guess. Now that things have changed from the last book, it seems like more people are now worshiping new gods and the gods' children, but they still think that all of these godlings and even the three are, the other two of the three came from the one god, and he was the second sibling. He was not the first. The first was the night god, and he was by himself for eons before the day god, or the sun god, came into existence, and then the goddess of dawn and twilight came in, and the three of them had children together. The god, or the goddess of like in between, was like the sister of all the godlings. Like, she was the mother and no one really knew that she was the mother. It's just strange to think about, you know what I mean? Don't mind my appearance, I'm very cold. Apparently this next book is about cults. I'm like about 40% into the book, and like something just happened and I wasn't expecting it, to say the least. Reading about cults aren't my favorite thing in the world, so I'm hoping it changes quite quickly. I'm really hoping. So we'll see what happens. I'm hoping for the best. Hoping for the best. So I'm really not liking the plot of the second book. Maybe I should have just stopped at 100,000 Kingdoms and let that be, because this is really upsetting me in like a bad way. Like, yes, I was annoyed with Yuri for a little bit in the first book, but this is like, there's so many things wrong with it. I don't know how to go into it without talking in-depth spoilers, but it's really messing me up. Like, I don't like it. I don't like it. So, character just died. I'm not okay. What is this book? What? Oh my god. So I look like absolute crap, but it's 3 a.m. and I just finished The Broken Kingdoms, or The Broken Kingdom, I can't remember the name. I started crying. That was a lot. Yeah, I did not like the cult stuff. It really bothered me. But, N.K. Jemisin knows how to do an ending, that's for sure. I'm just gonna sit here and cry for a while, I think. And who knew I would actually like the Sun God, because Lord knows I did not. At the ending of the last book, I know I'm like, wow, when is he gonna get his happy ending, you know? So I'm gonna reorganize some of my pins because I got a new one. This one. And when I have one that has the years on it, I put it up here on this top row. And the last two ones that I got were 2019. I put it here, and it's like not where they go. I just want to rearrange some stuff and do a before and after. Here is the after. Honestly, not much has changed. I mean, well, a lot changed. I think the only pins that I didn't move were these like top ones right here, and this one I moved out. My like skin was ripping up. It was really gross and it hurts, but it's done. I've got it reorganized and I'm a lot more happy with it, that's for sure. So I just started the Broken Kingdoms, which is the third and final book in the Inheritance Trilogy, and it's from Seth's perspective. I'm so excited about it. We've only ever seen him from Yuri's perspective, which is like she loved him and like thought he was like everything to her as like a child, and then we saw him in Ori's perspective and he was like a creepy little kid. I left off right at the beginning of chapter 3, and like already things from his perspective is different a little bit from what I thought, but I'm very excited because it's called the God's Kingdom, and like I'm hoping we'll see more of like outside the mortal realm, because it's been just in the mortal realm and I'm wanting to know more information. We got a little scene with the Night Lord and Seth out in like the God's realm. I don't know how to describe it other than like in space. I'm not sure, but I'm just excited to know more and see more and be in Seth's perspective. I kind of left off at a cliffhanger, so I don't know what I'm doing talking to you and not reading, but I just wanted to update before I forget, and like I'm well too into the book to say anything. So I just literally got through the halfway point of the last book. It's starting to get very interesting. I have several theories that like I definitely can't get into because of spoilers, but I'm like confused about some things, a little freaked out about some things maybe. I just finished chapter 22. There is one more chapter in this book. I don't want to read it. I'm trying not to cry. So I just filmed 2 different intros for 2 different videos, and I forgot to take thumbnails for both of them. Hopefully one day I will figure out this YouTube thing, but right now I'm failing. So that was my journey through the Inheritance Trilogy. It was honestly one of my all-time favorite trilogies so far, what I've ever read. I did read the novella that comes after the 3rd book. It's like 3.5, I believe it's called like The Awakened, I don't know. But it is about like a new godling. It was very cute. I loved it. I did have some trouble with the 2nd book, but that's just like a personal preference with me, and cults, like they're not my favorite. But the 1st and the 3rd book were everything to me, and like yes, I did love the 2nd book. I loved the characters. I loved everything that wasn't involved with the cult stuff happening, and I will definitely revisit this trilogy in the future. That is for sure. Like this is definitely going to be something that I reread. There's like more novellas. There's like, it's called like the Book of Shadows or something. It has like a novella, like one prequel novella, and then like a novella between each of the books, and I'm very excited for that. So I'm gonna sign off. We're both gonna go to sleep, and I hope you enjoy this video. So goodbye.